As listed today on the Australian Classification Board website, the upcoming survival game We Happy Few has just been refused classification in Australia. Not much further details are known at this point, but Censored Gaming has reached out to the classification board and the game's creators for further information. We Happy Few is an imaginative take on post-World War II Britain and focuses heavily on story, exploration and survival, and also throws in a few roguelike elements. Whilst we're still awaiting clarification on the game's reason for refusal, Censored Gaming speculates that the decision may have been due in part to the title's heavy drug use. The game's entire narrative is based around the residents of a city consuming large quantities of a fictional drug known as joy every day in order to forget the horrors of the war. The drug is highly hallucinogenic, and this also plays heavily into the game's presentation and story. The game features 3 playable characters, and each of these decide to stop taking the drug and to start seeing reality as it really is. This is a crime in this particular city though, where any person who decides to stop taking the drugs are labelled as downers and will be vilified and persecuted by police and the citizens. The game then sees you having to complete out personal objectives and escaping the city. The premise is very dystopian and creative, but with its heavy use of drug related themes, it's possible that this is what caused it to face issues in Australia. The Australian Classification Board is well documented to have a stricter than most stance when it comes to drug use. Saints Row 4 for instance was also refused classification, and this was due to a mission involving getting high on fictional alien drugs and gaining superpowers. This led to problems in Australia over the drugs being seen as incentives or rewards, and so the mission was removed for the Australian release. That doesn't necessarily mean that this was the issue here though, but until we hear back from the classification board, all we can do is speculate. It's also currently unknown how the creators will respond to this decision, whether the Australian release will be cancelled or whether perhaps changes will be made to the game so that it can be approved for a rating. Censored Gaming will be sure to update you on all of this as soon as more information becomes known. We Happy Few is scheduled for release this summer for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Steam. Until next time, thank you for watching.